In 1797, George Washington bid farewell to the presidency. It was a momentous occasion, marking the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter for the fledgling nation. He had led the nation through its tumultuous early years, guiding it with a steady hand through the aftermath of the Revolutionary War and the challenges of establishing a new government. Washington had played a crucial role in shaping the Constitution, working alongside the Founding Fathers to lay the foundation for the United States. His leadership set important precedents for the office of the President, influencing the future of American governance. Now, after years of public service, he yearned for the peace and tranquility of his beloved Mount Vernon. The estate in Virginia had always been his sanctuary, a place where he could find solace and reconnect with the land. Washington was not a man to rest on his laurels. Even in retirement, he remained active and engaged, always looking for ways to contribute to the betterment of his country. He had always been a farmer at heart, deeply connected to the soil and the rhythms of agricultural life. Farming was not just a livelihood for him, it was a passion and a way of life. He was eager to return to his plantation and the land that sustained him. The fields, the crops, and the daily work of farming brought him a sense of fulfillment and purpose. Beyond his personal pursuits, Washington also saw an opportunity to contribute to the new nation in a different way. He believed that America's future lay in its ability to innovate and harness its vast resources. Washington believed in the potential of America. He envisioned a country that could thrive and prosper, driven by the pioneering spirit of its people and the boundless opportunities that lay ahead. He saw the vast resources and the spirit of innovation that characterized the young nation. These elements, he believed, were the keys to building a strong and prosperous economy. Determined to play a role in building the young nation's economy, Washington embarked on new ventures and initiatives. His vision extended beyond his own lifetime, aiming to lay the groundwork for future generations. Little did he know his next venture would make history. Washington's entrepreneurial spirit led him to establish one of the largest distilleries in America, a testament to his enduring legacy and impact on the nation's economic development. Mount Vernon was more than just a home for Washington, it was a symbol of his vision for America. He envisioned a nation of self-sufficient farmers. He saw agriculture as the backbone of the economy. Washington was a progressive farmer. He experimented with new crops and techniques. He sought to diversify his operations beyond tobacco, which was depleting the soil. He saw potential in distilling, a practice common in his native Virginia. Whiskey was a popular drink in the 18th century. It was also a valuable commodity. Farmers could distill their surplus grain into whiskey, which was easier to transport and sell. Washington recognized the economic opportunity this presented. In 1797, Washington began constructing a distillery at Mount Vernon. He had learned about the latest distilling techniques. He hired James Anderson, a skilled Scottish distiller, to oversee the operation. Washington invested heavily in the distillery. He built a large, state-of-the-art facility. He equipped it with the best copper stills and other equipment available. He was determined to make it a success. The distillery was located near the grist mill at Mount Vernon. This allowed Washington to easily process his grain into whiskey. He used a combination of rye, corn, and malted barley to create his distinctive spirit. Washington's distillery quickly became a success. By 1799, it was one of the largest in the country. It produced a variety of whiskies, including rye whiskey, which was particularly popular. The distillery produced an estimated 11,000 gallons of unaged whiskey annually. This was a significant amount for the time. Washington sold his whiskey throughout the region. He also used it to barter for goods and services. The distillery was a source of pride for Washington. He often gave tours to visitors. He considered it a model of American industry. He believed it demonstrated the potential of American agriculture and manufacturing. Section 5. A legacy in every bottle. Washington's impact on American whiskey. George Washington, the first president of the United States, was not only a political leader but also a pioneer in the American whiskey industry. Washington's distillery played a significant role in the development of the American whiskey industry. Established in 1797 at Mount Vernon, His distillery quickly became one of the largest and most successful in the nation. His success inspired others to enter the business. Many saw the potential for profit and followed in his footsteps, leading to a boom in the whiskey industry across the young nation. He helped to establish whiskey as a major American product. Washington's whiskey was known for its quality, and it set a standard that others aspired to meet. Washington's distillery also had a lasting impact on the region. It wasn't just about the whiskey, it was about the economic growth and opportunities it brought to Virginia. It created jobs and stimulated the local economy. Farmers, laborers, and merchants all benefited from the thriving distillery business. It helped to establish Virginia as a center of whiskey production. The state's reputation for high-quality whiskey began with Washington's pioneering efforts. Today, Washington's distillery has been rebuilt at Mount Vernon. This reconstruction allows visitors to step back in time and see how whiskey was made in the 18th century. It is a popular tourist destination. People from all over the world come to learn about Washington's contributions to the whiskey industry and to experience a piece of American history. Visitors can learn about the history of the distillery and sample Washington's whiskey. The guided tours offer a deep dive into the distillation process and the historical significance of the site. It is a testament to his entrepreneurial spirit and his legacy as an American innovator. Washington's impact on the whiskey industry is a lasting reminder of his diverse contributions to the nation. Section 6, Beyond the Presidency, Washington's entrepreneurial spirit. Washington's venture into whiskey distilling reveals a lesser-known side of the first president. He was not just a military leader and statesman, he was also a shrewd businessman and entrepreneur. Throughout his life, Washington pursued a variety of business ventures. He invested in land, real estate, and other enterprises. He was constantly seeking ways to improve his operations and increase his wealth. Washington's entrepreneurial spirit was driven by a desire to be self-sufficient. He also wanted to contribute to the growth of the American economy. He believed that by creating jobs and generating wealth, he was fulfilling his duty as a citizen. Section 7. The Farmer and the Nation. Washington's agricultural innovations. Washington's passion for agriculture extended beyond whiskey distilling. He was deeply committed to the land and its potential. He was a tireless experimenter and innovator in all aspects of farming. His curiosity led him to explore various methods to enhance productivity. He sought to improve his land, his crops, and his livestock. Washington believed that a prosperous farm was the backbone of a strong nation. He embraced new farming techniques, such as crop rotation and fertilization. These methods were revolutionary at the time and helped maintain soil fertility. He introduced new crops to Mount Vernon, including alfalfa and mules. These additions diversified the farm's output and improved its efficiency. He even designed new plows and other farming implements. His innovations in tools made farming more effective and less labor-intensive. Washington's agricultural innovations were not limited to his own estate. He was a leader in the agricultural community, always eager to share his findings. He shared his knowledge and experience with other farmers. Washington believed in the power of education and mentorship to uplift the farming community. He corresponded with agricultural societies and published articles on farming. His writings were influential and helped spread new ideas across the nation. He saw agriculture as a vital part of the new nation's success. Washington's vision for America included a thriving agricultural sector that could sustain its people and economy. Section 8. A leader in land. Washington's vision for Western expansion. Washington's vision for America extended beyond the borders of his beloved Mount Vernon. He believed in the importance of westward expansion. He saw the vast potential of the lands west of the Appalachian Mountains. He invested heavily in western lands, acquiring thousands of acres. He encouraged others to settle these lands. He believed that westward expansion was essential for the growth and prosperity of the nation. Washington understood the challenges of westward expansion. He knew that it would require investment in infrastructure, such as roads and canals. He also recognized the importance of peaceful relations with Native American tribes. Section 9. Shaping a Nation. Washington's enduring legacy. George Washington's legacy extends far beyond his presidency. He was a man of many talents and accomplishments. He was a soldier, a statesman, a farmer, and an entrepreneur. His contributions to the founding and development of the United States are immeasurable. He led the nation to victory in the Revolutionary War. He presided over the Constitutional Convention. He established precedents for the presidency that are still followed today. But Washington's legacy is more than just a list of accomplishments. It is also about his character, his values, and his vision for America. He was a man of integrity, honor, and unwavering commitment to his country. Section 10, The Last Days of a Founding Father, Washington's Final Chapter. In December 1799, George Washington fell ill after a day of inspecting his farms. Despite the efforts of his physicians, his condition worsened. He died on December 14, 1799, at the age of 67. The nation mourned the loss of its first president. He was laid to rest at Mount Vernon, where he had spent his final years. His passing marked the end of an era. Washington's death was a profound loss for the nation. He had been a guiding force during its formative years. His leadership, wisdom, and vision had shaped the course of American history. Section 11, Remembering Washington, an American Icon. More than 2 centuries after his death, George Washington remains an American icon. His image adorns currency, monuments, and countless public spaces. His name is synonymous with leadership, integrity, and patriotism. His story continues to inspire generations of Americans. He is remembered as the father of his country, the man who led the nation to independence and set it on the path to greatness. George Washington's legacy is a reminder of the power of one individual to make a difference. He showed that with courage, determination, and a deep love of country, anything is possible.